if you are joining us and you want to learn Python, this class is actually meant for people who have never write any line of code in their life, or you have tried learning Python and you quit, or you feel lost watching YouTube tutorials. You want a skills that is not just going to give you certificate, but the real skills. And you also want your efforts to start paying you if you finish learning these skills. And this is not for you, actually, if you are looking for shortcuts. We are not going to tell you there's a shortcut to learning Python or to success in programming. If you also hate practice, this is not for you. And if you expect results without any effort, this class is definitely not for you. All right. So who am I actually? I've introduced myself, and why should you actually listen to me? I told you my name is Ayomita Adesoa. I'm a Python data scientist and also a certified Python tutor. And I am training people, under 18 actually for quite some time now. I think I've trained over 50 students, and most of them are not Nigerians. I think 1 or 2 of them are based in Nigeria. Most of these students are not Nigerians. So I train beginners into confident Python users. And the truth is, I don't teach theory, I teach usable skills. The way I teach people is that whatever concept I'm going to teach you in Python, I'm going to make sure I teach you in a way that is relatable. Please, can you still see my screen and can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right. Okay. So what is Python? If you are joining us, you might already know what Python is. So like I said here, that Python is not a snake. It is actually your shortcut to automation, to AI, and to high-paying tech skills. Most of us have seen, have heard about AI, about automation. Python will give you the skills to start automating any task. So, and it is a popular programming language which was created in the year 1991 by Guido van Rossum. So we have common uses Python. We use Python for automation. How when I say automation, just imagine you have email and then you have like 1,000 emails that you want to delete. Instead of deleting this 1,000 email bit by bit, individually, you can use Python automation to streamline this repetitive task. All right. Look at the web scraping task that I just showed you, not quite long. That is also automation. You want to web scrape, you want to extract data. You want to extract data from the internet. Okay. And you have like 5 million data. You cannot do that manually. Python will allow you to do it in minutes. Look at what we just scraped, and we just used 3 seconds. Web scraping 500 movies. All right. You can also use Python for web development and backend development. Most websites are actually being built using Python because we have frameworks like Django and Flask for building websites. You can also use Python for data analysis. Okay, it helps us to simplify complex data analysis and visualization tasks. It doesn't actually stop there. We also have other things we use Python to do: artificial intelligence and machine learning. All right. You also use website to build. You also use Python to build software for software development, desktop application like the one I showed you not quite long. That's Habit Tracker, command line tools, and full software solutions across different industries. We use it for scientific research computing. One of our colleagues, doctor was telling us that he wants to use Python for data science. Okay, you can use Python for data science for scientific and research computing. Some people will go for R. Some people prefer Python because it has larger community and it is very, very easy to learn. All right. So, some of us might be thinking, but we have other programming languages out there. Why is it that we are talking about Python? Why do you need Python? So the reason why you need Python as your first language is because first and foremost, it is very simple and intuitive. Okay. Python is very, very easy to learn. So the syntax are simple and they are accessible to beginners. All right. So if you are focused, if you are dedicated, within days, within weeks, you start programming in Python. It is also versatile for various projects. Whatever it is you want to use Python for, whatever it is you want to build, you can use Python to build them. All right. So Python is flexible and it supports a wide range of applications from web development, data science. So because of this, it is very, very valuable. So it also has large global community. That is million developers worldwide. They share tutorials, they share answers, and they share support. Okay. So if you want to learn Python and you get stuck at some point, there are various resources out there for you to actually debug your code and to be able to check solutions to any problems you are facing. So if you are also somebody who is hoping to use Python to get jobs, to tech skills, to startups and big companies, you are not making the wrong decision, because most big companies use Python, such as Google, Netflix, and other startups. They rely on Pythons to build their projects. Also, Python is used across various industries. All right. I am in healthcare, I use Python. If you are in tech, you can use Python. People in finance, they use Python. In research and education, we also use Python. So you can use Python across various industries. So because of this, it makes it one of the largest programming languages that people are learning. So I will move quickly to the reason why people fail to learn Python. Like I told you, the whole of 2019, I just wasted that year, not doing anything reasonable. So the reason why you fail to learn Python is because you start learning Python without a defined approach. There's no plan, all right? Or you jump between random resources. I can assure you we have people like us here who have various channels on YouTube that we are watching, and we did not even finish them, all right? So jumping randomly between resources, YouTube channel, you read article, you watch this, because you did not finish or focus one particular resources. So it becomes very difficult and you fail to learn Python. Also, you don't practice enough, all right? So in as much as your BSc or your undergraduate course is taking time for you to understand, the same thing is also applicable to any programming language you are learning, all right? You need consistent and everyday practices to be able to understand Python and to be able to build, applications using Python, all right? Some people also memorize instead of them to understand. So instead of you to understand what a particular concept of Python is doing, you are memorizing syntax, you are memorizing code. You cannot memorize all these things. Understand the concept of logic. The concept of, what is it called? The concept of variables, data types, anything you are learning, make sure you understand. If you don't understand, check other resources. Or before you move on to the next particular concept, make sure you understand the first one before you jump to the next one. Then some people don't also build anything that is real. You just watch video, learn this thing, but you are not practicing it. You are not, So let us flip this thing the other way around. So instead of starting without a plan, you start with a plan. Instead of jumping between random resources, you focus on one particular resources. Instead of not practicing, you do what? You practice. Instead of memorizing, what do? You try to understand what one code is doing. Now, instead of not building things, you start building from scratch, little applications. You can build calculator. You can build anything that you feel like, oh, I want to build this thing, or I am repeating things. How do I automate these processes? That is how to learn any programming language. So the bottom line is that you are not lazy. That doesn't mean you are not smart. That doesn't mean you are not intelligent. Okay? The problem is that you don't have structure. You are jumping between resources. You don't practice enough, and you are memorizing instead of you to try to understand. Now, all of these things I just mentioned is going to cost you so many things. And what are those things that is going to cost you? It's going to cost you another year of not learning Python. If you didn't do what is necessary by next year, you still want to learn Python 2027. All right? You will continue to doubt yourself that is Python not for me? Or do I need to go and be learning virtual assistant? Do I need to go and be doing this? Do I need to go? You will continue to doubt yourself because you think Python is hard. Why is it not hard? All right. And you don't have nothing, you don't have anything reasonable, anything concrete to show for your effort. Okay. And at the end of the day, you feel frustrated and you might want to quit learning something that is not technical. Okay. Now, why most learning options don't work actually is because there's no structure, there's no feedback. Self-study, it is very, very easy for you to quit, and there's no accountability. You see, the reason why I'm telling you this is because when you watch YouTube videos, your tutor is offline, all right? Now, what we are doing here now, we're having real-time interaction. By the time I'm done, you start asking questions. By the time you write a code you don't understand, you can ask any of your tutor, please, I don't understand this, and they will give you real-time answer. Okay, sometimes they will walk you through how to actually debug your code. So that is why it is actually okay to learn with structure. All right. And the problem is not that information is not your problem. There are many resources over there. In fact, the moment you start asking things online about Python, you check Google about Python. Before you enter Instagram, they will show you hacks about Python. You enter Google again, they will show you hacks about Python. You enter Facebook, they will show you hacks about Python, which means there are millions of information. There are wealth of information for you out there. The problem is that you don't have guidance, you don't have structure. And that is what we want to make sure we overcome at Quantified Insights. All right. So common misconception about Python. People are saying, you must be good at math before you learn Python. I wasn't good at math and I'm a data scientist. Okay. So that is just blatant lie. You not that you won't learn any math, but there are basic maths that you need. People are saying Python is too difficult for beginners. It is a lie. Python is one of the most beginner-friendly languages, and it is simply because of those things I've mentioned. It is simple, it has readable syntax, and there are plenty of global resources out there, global community out there that you can learn from. All right. They say you need a computer science degree to learn Python. I study health information management. I never do computer science in my life, and I'm here telling you about Python. All right. So those are actually myths. Those are misconceptions. Then they also say Python takes many years to become useful. It is a lie. I can assure you that in less than 100 days, if you are focused, if you are dedicated, if you are serious, you can start building things with Python. Then they say you need a very powerful computer to learn Python. You don't need a very powerful computer to learn Python. Okay. So Core i3 system with maybe 4 gig RAM, 8 gig RAM is enough for you to start working on Python. In fact, I have an app on my phone that I use to actually practice things on about Python. So which means without my laptop, I can actually work on small projects. So the only part that will take you from a beginner to a next part is the first step. You need to build a strong foundation. Now, one good thing about Python is that we have what we call procedural programming in Python. We have what we call object-oriented programming in Python. You see that procedural programming in Python is going to talk to you about the basic concept that you need to understand, like variables, data types, all those little things. So when you understand that strong foundations, you start building small programs. So you practice with simple programs like that calculator I was telling you, like the habit tracker you are seeing, like web scraping that you are seeing. Then you start building real-world projects. If you had any big work project, you can start building. Then you organize your work into portfolio. Okay, you document and showcase your project so that you can start progress and you demonstrate to people that I can do these things. All right. If you don't have a portfolio, some people might not want to give you a job, but that is not a prerequisite. That is not necessary. My first data analysis job, I sent the guy my resume. The guy just asked me, "Can you do this thing?" I said yes. So he didn't even read the resume. All right. So sometimes you don't need it, and sometimes you need that. Then the next thing is to choose a career or income path. There are various careers there. When you learn Python, you can be a data scientist, you can be a data analyst, you can be a web developer, you can be an app developer, you can be anything. You can be an automation specialist. I think I still have a slide here that talks about all of that. Now, what is the next step now? People, you might want to ask, what is the best way to learn Python with structure and consistency? That is why we have Quantified Insights Bootcamp. And it's going to be a 12-week live beginner-friendly program that is designed to take you from zero to a confident Python user. So 90 days, within 90 days, the bootcamp is going to take you from a beginner to a pro level where you can start building projects. And how does this bootcamp work? We have a 12-week of guided learning. We have 3 live sessions per week, 2 hours per session. And we are focusing on hands-on practice. We don't want to teach you theory. The moment you call, what is it called? All the concepts, we are teaching you the practical aspect. If we are teaching you variable, we'll be telling you what are those things you can use variable to do in real life. If you are learning about data types, You must learn what you can use data types to do in lives. And the main emphasis is on projects. All right. The main emphasis is on projects. And there are aspects to peer learning. Like I said, please, if you are not speaking, you can mute your mic, please. So, like I said, we are a community. All right. We have access to peer learning and support. So we are going to have group of students, all right, in course, in trades, that must build things together. So you are not learning by yourself. You are not learning all alone. You are learning in groups. You are learning as a community. So one thing that Quantified Insights understand is that we have different, what is it called? We have different ways people learn. We have auditory learner. We have people who learn by seeing others. We have people who learn by just watching videos. All right. And we understand that people learn at their own pace. So the reason we are putting you in is that we don't want you to be left behind. So you learn in group and you start building. So like I said, the goal is not learn, it's just to learn by doing, not passive watching. You are not watching videos all by yourself. You learn in group. Okay. So at the end, we are going to walk you through and make sure you get your first freelance gig. I think 4 years of, it's more than 4 years. Somebody said something and he said, if you can make $1 on the internet, are you listening? If you can make $1 on the internet, I can assure you, you can make $2 on the internet. With the same process and systems in place, you can make $4 on the internet. With that same process, you will make $100. So we are trying to also make sure you get your first freelance gig such that you can start getting gig by yourself without our help. All right. We'll just train you and leave you all by yourself. We'll train you such that you can be independent. All right. And in 90 days, you should understand what Python is without guessing. You are going to build practical real world projects. You are going to create a beginner portfolio that's going to sell your skill. You are going to write clean and readable programs. You are going to work with files and data. And at the end, you are going to get guided into your first earning opportunities. That's what I just said initially. You build skills that are going to open doors to freelancing, automation tasks, and also entry-level technical roles. All right. So what do I mean by getting guided into your first earning opportunities? See, the truth of this matter is that there are various people who have skills out there. You have skills, but you don't even know how to land your first freelance task. The reason is because it is competitive. So we are going to walk you through how to get your freelance tasks and what services can you offer that is going to set you apart from others. Then, once you finish learning your skill, we are going to walk you through how to price your Python project. If the clients come to you, how do you price? You don't want to overshoot and you don't want to downplay your effort. And also how to avoid beginner freelancer mistakes. All right. Now, you also have access to real world work paths, paid internship opportunities, entry roles and contract work, real projects from our partner companies and internal teams. All right, like I told you, Quantified Insights is a community that is not just Quantified Insight, because under Quantified Insight we have a service that runs the academic research and data analysis. When you are done with your program, there are real world working experiences for you. We have healthcare data analytics and consulting. I saw there was a post on the group chat today about and healthcare data analytics job opportunities. This is the kind of things I'm talking about. There will be data training, analytics, and technical services, and that is what Quantified Insight does. A good student, the best of our students will get opportunities to also train other students. All right. So without wasting our time, let us simply just go and run a little programs in Python environment. So this program is going to do one simple task. It's going to build a simple program that thinks, a very small program that is going to ask questions, make decisions, and go to respond differently based on input. Before I go there, I want to wait and ask if we have any question so that we can quickly deal with that. Any question that we can actually deal with, please. Let me check. I have, people have been introducing themselves. Welcome, John Ogbodo, Johnny from Oka, Anambra State. You're welcome. Abdul. All right. So, do you have any question? Any question that we need to actually that I need to answer before I do the Python? What is it called? Before I went to showing you how Python works in real life. Any question, please? All right, Abdul. I'm new. Yes, you are welcome, Abdul Asis. You are welcome. All right, you are asking, somebody asked, what are the list of things Python can do? Okay, I have made mention of this initially, the list of things that Python can do. Let me go back to where we have them. We can use Python for automation. You can use Python to build websites. Okay, you can use Python to build websites. You can use Python for data analysis. You can use Python to build software, applications, back-end applications, and the ones you are seeing, the applications you are seeing on your phone. You can use it for artificial intelligence and machine learning, to learn data science, to be a data analyst, for scientific and research computing. Those are the various things you can use Python to do. Have I answered your question? All right. Chase Junior, you have a question. I am listening. You can unmute and speak, or you drop your text. Chase Junior, your hands is up. Okay, now you understand. All right. Any other question, please? Before I move on to telling you how to just use Python, a very simple program. Cyber security, or a little bit of cyber security. Do you use Python for cyber security? Not really. I don't think I haven't come across Python for cyber security. I will check and get back to you on WhatsApp on the community. Yes. But those are the most common things that we use Python to do.
Please, I have a question.
All right. So do it. I'm listening, please.
For this Python of the thing, must you use a system to you do Python or something? Can you use your phone? Must you have a system?
Well, it is a must for you to have a laptop. But whatever you are doing, you can use phone to learn. This is my phone here. Let me show you. Where do I have this? But I will not advise that, because it's a little bit kind of. You see all this code I wrote here?
Okay.
Yes, this is my phone, and I'm writing code on my phone. So because I already know how this thing works, it's very easy for me. And in fact, what I was doing here was web scraping. I did web scraping using this phone. So you can use phone if you are technical enough. But for me, I am not sure it is the right thing to do. You can get a laptop as little as 100K to start learning Python. Now, do we have any other question, please, before I move on?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, you have spoken a lot and well, but I don't know. You mentioned that most of the people that you taught are within 17 years, 18.
Yes,
Then
sir.
what is the chance, or what are the chances of people that are, let's say, 30, 35? Do you think is realistically they can also learn this thing and excel in it?
As a matter of honesty, the reason why I was bringing you see everybody that are here, I want to believe everyone here are above 18. So the reason why we brought up this is, if an 18-year, somebody who's less than 18 can learn Python, nothing is stopping an adult. And the truth of this matter is that it's not too late. You are not too late to start. I have seen people who are 40 years and above that are learning technical skills, even Python. So Python is one of the most simplest programs to learn. So age is not a barrier. You can learn Python realistically. And you're going to see that. Have I answered your question, please?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I think Nuru, Nuru was asking about if we can use Python for backend. Yes, we use Python for backend, and I think the framework for that is Django. Yes, Django. Yes, Django framework for Python. Now, I don't want to take us, I don't want to confuse us. That's why I'm not mentioning those certain frameworks or packages. Now, one beautiful thing about Python is that if you are doing data analysis, okay, for example, there are packages for data analysis like Pandas, like Matplotlib, like Seaborn, like SciPy. All of these things are the packages under Python that you can use to do for data analysis. Now, if you want to build game using Python, there's a package for that that is called Pygame. If you want to build graphical user interface, you saw the app that I just showed you about my students. That app, he used I'm thinking what there's this framework, there's this package he used. Kiwi, was it Kiwi? Was it Kiwi? I think he used Kiwi. For his graphical user interface. Now, if you are doing data science, we have SciPy, we have you can also use Matplotlib. So for every task you need to do, there are various packages out there available for you to actually do any task at all that you want to do. So yes, you can use Python for backend development. Any other question? Hello, any other question? Okay, in what way do Python contribute to the digital world? Oh, I am not sure there is any company presently that is not using Python. Now, any data scientist, Rose, can you please mute? Now, any data scientist that you are going to see, 90%, in fact, 99% of data scientists that you are seeing out there, or machine learning engineer that you are seeing out there, are using Python. All right. And when I say machine learning engineer, when I'm talking about data scientists, I am talking about artificial intelligence. Okay. And what we are seeing presently, for the past 2-3 years now, AI has been taking, in fact, people are complaining that AI is going to take your job, and the reason is because now the basic tool they use, are actually Python, one of the most important software used in any artificial intelligence workflow is what is it called? Is Python. All right. So, like I told you, I am a Python data scientist. I learn Python programming languages as a whole, but because of the nature of my job, I had to say, okay, I decided to become a data scientist. All right. And one thing we're also going to do in this training is that we are going to help you to scale up fast, to learn this thing fast. Instead of spending 1 year to learn Python, we want to help you on how to learn with AI effectively. All right. In fact, let me quickly show you something. Before I do that, I want to, it's still on. Can I pause? No, I cannot pause. I can only stop. Okay, I will cut it out. Let me quickly show you one thing that I am building. Very, is it advanced? Just a minute, guys. I want to show you something that I'm building. And where do I have this? I think it's here. Libris. Okay, I think this is it. And it's I just spent like a week or two on it, and you'll be surprised. Something that is going to take you months. It's supposed to take me months. I am spending lesser weeks. Lesser time, because I have understand the basic concept of programming. So, with what we call vibe coding, you can also do all of these things. So, okay. So just a minute. All right, it's loading. I will not want to waste our time again. All right, maybe I'll come back to it. I have to come back to it so that just check. I just want to show you. Oh, okay, let me load again. All right, this is it. You know, so if you're a book reader, it's just to help you track your book. So you can log in with the password. I did this within a week or two. Within a week or two. And that is what you cannot do. That is what I cannot do 5 years ago. All of this, I cannot do this 5 years ago. You see that? You build this app, you build this web app. Now, it is not possible to do this. All right. So it is part of what we're going to do to make sure you learn at a very faster rate. All right. So that being said, do we still have any question? Was I able to answer well okay. Okay, Abdulaziz, did I answer your question? All right. Abdullah Olawale, all right. You actually joined because of your data analysis. That is a good choice. Okay, that is a good choice. And by the time you are done, you will also understand that the Python skills is going to take you beyond data analysis. I can promise you that. Depending on you are studying data analysis, which you want to become, then how will Python help you? Now, like I said, you see this person said he joined because of data analysis. We have Python data analyst. So I have also mentioned earlier that one of the many things I use Python to do is to do data analysis. So is there a single package that one can use Python to do any task? And is it possible to understand how Python can be used for any task? Or is it too broad that one has to specialize? Python is too broad, you have to specialize. Let me just put it that way. But now, don't let me confuse you with the fact that I said you can use Python for anything. The basic things you need to understand is Python fundamentals. All right. When you understand Python fundamentals like what we call variables, data types, control flow, like if, for loops, when you understand all of these things, you will now decide, I have built this skill. What do I want to do? All right. Do you want to do data analysis? Do you want to be a app developer? Do you want to do a website development? Once you understand Python fundamentals, you can now decide to specialize. All right. I don't know it will be. All right. So let me quickly go to what I said. We want to do in Python. Very simple and straightforward. Okay. So just hang in there. Let me show you. I don't want to. I don't want to scatter what I'm building. So permit me to open a new folder here. My desktop. Where should I go? Okay, let me go to Python tutorials. Okay, I have basic here. Somebody speaking. You want to ask a question? Okay. Let me. Intro.py. All right. Now, what I said earlier was that, let me go back there and check. So what I said was that we want to build this very simple program that thinks, okay? A very simple Python program that will ask a question, that will make a decision, and is going to respond differently based on an input, okay? Now, let's say you are building a program, okay, an electric vehicle, okay, and that electric vehicle that we call EV, before anybody can drive that EV, we know that electric vehicle drive itself, okay, but before you can allow anybody inside of that electric vehicle, that person must be 18 years and above. All right, or you are creating a pool, a voting pool. People who will come and vote here. You want to create an online pool. People who will vote here, they must be 18 years and above. If you are 18 years and above, we want to say, okay, you can vote. If you are less than 18 years, you cannot vote. Right? So we can simply build a program and say, oh, let me just do like this. So so we can call it voting system. You are going to see how this thing reads like English. Very, very simple. It's going to read like English. So we can create username, and we are going to ask that person. We want to input. So we'll say, please enter your username. Once the person has entered the username, we want to ask for the age. Okay. So age equals to, we are still going to say input. Then we'll say, please enter your age. All right. Now, when they enter their age, we want to now print. We want to now make the logic and say if age is greater than or equals to, I think, okay, is greater than or equals to 18. So we are going to print f string hello. Then we want to call the name of that person, which is the username. Hello username. Okay, you are, we'll put age there. Okay, it's voting. You can vote. Now, what if the person is not up to that age? We'll now say else. Print. Hello. Sorry. We'll use f string. So hello. We'll use the username again. Wow. Years old. Now, see what I just did here. Now, there are chances that I might have an error, but let's just see. Let's just run and see. So what this is doing, we are calling it a voting system. All right. I am calling this a voting system. Okay. Or we can just say, hello, you are, okay. Let me just make it short. You are not eligible to vote. Okay. Now, let me run this code. If I run this, check my terminal here. Can anybody see the terminal? Am I still online? Please, can you guys see my terminal?
Yes, we can see it. Yes. We can see it.
Oh, okay. I think I should just share that screen, only that screen, so that I'll be able to. Just wait a minute. Let me share just the, not entire screen, but this particular one. Okay. All right. Let me come back. Okay. So that I can see that I am still online. All right. So what I'm doing here is we are creating a voting system. We now ask the user for their username. Please enter your username. Age. Please enter your age. But there was a mistake I made, and you're going to see that mistake. I already identified that mistake here. But before then, let's continue. All right. So now our time, you are seeing my terminal down here. Please enter your username. I have entered Quantified Insights. When did I enter Quantified Insights? Okay, let me enter age. So let's say age is 20. I click enter. You see, it said type error not supported between instances of string and integer. So here by this place, I'm supposed to have what we call integer to change my data to that 18 that I enter is a text. So I need to change it to what we call integer. We will talk about that when we start our class. So now it's asking me again for my username. So please enter your username. Let me I think there's this name is it Abraham? Oh, okay, Augustine. I think it's Augustine, the person that came first today. So Augustine, we click enter. How old is Augustine? Augustine is 20. I click enter. You can see that. Hello, Augustine, you are 20, you can vote. All right. This is a very crude statement. So you can say, hello, Augustine, you are 20 years old, you are eligible to vote. So hello, let me go back there. So print hello username, you are 20 years old, so you are eligible to vote. So when I run this code, we should see the same thing. Okay, let me delete that. Let me clear that and run this code. Now here I have enter your username. I think I remember Victoria. If Victoria is still online, so I will use Victoria. I click enter. How old is Victoria? Victoria is 10. For example, I input 10. I click enter. You see, you say, hello, Victoria. You are not eligible to vote. Now, what this thing did? We have been able to think. Sometimes you ask yourself, how is it that a computer can do this? Does a computer have a brain? Computer does not have a brain. You are the brain behind that computer. Sometimes you build a robot, okay? You build a robot, and the robot will say, you know, the robot can actually clean. The robot can help you pick your clothes and dump it in the waste bin. The robot can do so many things. It is what we call the logic of the system. So your ability to be able to, you know, make computer do things for you. If we build this program, when we are done building this program, and anybody who is less than 18, we just realize that they just log them out and they cannot vote. Okay, so we have been able to use this system to think. Okay, and what did we do here? We were able to collect data. What is the data we collect in code line 3? We collected the username. That is the data. Where did we store that data? Because you'll be wondering, the person entered the username here, and we're able to print it here. The username has been stored. Victoria has been stored inside this username. We call this username variable. This thing you are seeing here, we call it a variable. This Victoria that you enter here, we call it a value. All right. Another variable that we have here is age. The value that Victoria entered, which is 10, is called a value. So we collected the name and we store it in username. We collected the value 10 and store it in age, but we did not just store it. We collected it, converted it into a number. Okay, we converted it into a number called 10 and we store it into age. Now, we created this logic that if the age of this individual is greater than 18, tell the person that they are eligible to vote. If the age is less than 18, tell them they should pack their load and come back when they are 18. And that was what we did there. All right. Is that clear? I believe it's actually clear. So that is what we call, you know, that is how to, you see, very, very simple. This thing is sounding like English language. Okay. Another beautiful thing we can do is that, let's say we are in a class. Okay. Let me quickly create what we call a student name. Student name. And in our class, we have, I can remember this name. I don't know if that is your correct name. We have Ahmed. We have Emmanuel. Which other name do we have? Do we have again? Somebody should give me 1, 2 names. I think I remember Junior.
We have Mariam.
This Miriam, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you see this. If I want to call this name, okay, in the real life, I will start calling one by one. Hey, Ahmed, Emmanuel, Junior, Miriam. What if there's a way I can repeat the task? Like, if I want to start printing, you say print, I want you to print ape like this. And check the screen, check my terminal. you will see that we have that ape here. But what I want to do is that I want to print everything all at once, okay? All at once, but I want them to be on their line. If I print username like this, if I print student's name, if I print student's name like this, if I run this code, I printed student name, you see everything has been printed like this. That is not how I want it. I want to print everything all at once, and I want them to be on their different line. What do I do? That's what we call loop, okay? Repetition. Whatever it is, you can do over and over and over and over again. I will simply say for name in student's name. If to say let me just finish. Print name. So if I run this code, it's going to print all the names individually. Just look at that. Look at that. Abe, Ahmed, Manuel, Junior, William. You can see that now. Now, you might have, maybe you check your email. You will just see they say, dear Ahmed, welcome to so. If we have 5 million students in that class, how do we do it? That we don't want to be sending it individually to every student when we have the same message to send to them. You understand, right? So how do we do it such that we send it once to all of these 5 million students? It's simple. It is the same approach we are going to use. So for name in student name, we want to print, we are going to use F string again, and we say F hello. What is the name again? Hello name, comma, you are welcome to Quantified Insights. Can you see that? Now, let me run this code. You will see the output of this code. Now, if I run the code, look at what happened. Hello, Abe, you are welcome to Quantified Insight. Hello, Ahmed, you are welcome to Quantified Insight. Hello, Emmanuel, you are welcome to Quantified Insight. Hello, Junior. If we have 5 million students, okay, 5 million students in less than 1 second, we have sent an individualized message to them. All right, we have sent an individualized message to every one of them using this approach that we call for loop. We call it repetition. You know, in simple term, we call it repetition. Now, if you were to be Yoruba, so I'm going to, please, you are going to pardon me if you don't understand Yoruba. In Yoruba, if I want to say it in Yoruba now, I will say that is for, right? I want student to one in no student name. I'm so sorry. For student in student name, that is for each student. Look at that. For each student in student name, I want you to do this thing. And that is what he's doing. For each student in this, I want you to do this. That is what he's doing. Am I making sense at all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm making sense, right?
Yes, sir.
I love that. All right. I love that. I love that. So, Junior, you raised up your hand. I think you have a question that you want to ask. You have a question that you want to ask? Junior,
No, sir, it's a mistake.
Okay, it's a mistake. All right. Let me drop your hand then. All right.
Please, I have a question.
Okay, who is that? You have a question?
Yes,
Please,
sir.
how do I call your name? Please? How do I call your name?
Ape. Just Ape.
What does your name mean?
It's actually an acronym of my name, like Ascobi Patrick Esther.
You are a very funny person. All right, Abe. It's nice actually because it's unique.
This print in the where the code you said after for name is student name, then print the bracket. What this F? This F, is it compulsory to put this F there? What's this F for?
Yes, that's what we call F string, format string, F string. Now, this is, I think when we start, this is going to be some of the maybe the first or second classes after you've installed your Python. Now,
Okay.
you see this thing, right? F string. That is what allows us to be able to put this name, this each name here. You see, when we say name here now, it brought Habe and put it here. It brought Ahmed and put it here. It brought Emmanuel and put it there. That's why you are seeing this individual thing, right?
Yes.
If I remove this F string, it is going to turn it to just text. I have removed the F string, okay? That is how to practice things. So break your code. Make sure you break your code. Now, I have broken that. I just broke that code. If I run this code, what do we see? I have removed the help. I have run it. What did you notice?
No name.
No name. It's just
The student name are not there.
Yeah, it is just what I put inside this place that is also putting. Okay. So, but if you put F string like this, it allows you to embed variable inside your text. And don't forget, I know we've not started the class. I'm telling you what is a variable already. A variable is a container for a value. A variable is a container for a value. When we did username, for example, if I say first student or funny student, because you're a funny student without your acronym, funny student. So who is the funny student in our class now? The funny student now is, the name is Ape. Okay, I say is equals to Ape. All right, funny student equals to Ape. In this context, this is the variable here, and this is the value. This is the assignment operator. I think I have a slide for that. I published a TikTok video and I used that this thing to explain this concept. All right. So funny student here is the variable. Ape here is the name. If I did not store it in a variable, okay, I just have it like this. Anytime I want to use it, I will always do like this. Print Ape like this. This is the best approach. So I will always print Ape like this. But what if I have written 500 lines of code? Okay, I have written 500 lines of code, and we needed to call on our funny students. Instead of calling Ape, we'll just say print funny students like this. When I run this code, funny student will be printed. I mean, Ape will be printed because I say print funny student. So don't forget, let me not confuse you. Don't forget that funny student is a variable, and the Ape that is inside of it, the Ape is a value. And this equals to that you are saying here is not the equals to that you are saying in mathematics. This equals to means assignment operator. That is, we are assigning this value Ape to funny students variable. So anytime that we need Ape, we are not going to call Ape again. We will simply call funny student. Right? So that is a variable. And this name here stands for the variable. That is, inside this name now, it has stored multiple values. And what are the values? Abe, Ahmed, Emmanuel, Junior, Miriam. And that's why you are seeing them here. So these F strings allows us to format our text properly such that we can embed this name. Now, the question again will be that what if I use this F string and I remove this curly bracket? You see that it has changed the color. If you run the code, again, it is no longer a variable. It is now name. Okay. So F string and curly bracket come together. So we call that a placeholder. We call it a placeholder in Python. Don't worry, they are technical jargons. It's not going to be hard. They are technical jargons. So don't really stress yourself about that. All right. So that is how that one works. Is that making sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, that's a good question. That's a good question. It shows how a programmer is supposed to think. Any question? Miriam, Muhammad, Nuru, Omowaye, Abdul, you have a question? Please go ahead, Abdullah.
Some of the that hard. So we don't even watching. We don't go to the video. this thing, the videos for us.
Yes.
Don't
Hello, please. If you are not asking question, please mute your mic. So this is what we are going to do. Raise up your hand, and I'm going to call on you. So Chase, your hand is up.
Yes, sir.
You have a
Yes, sir.
question. After that, Miriam.
Okay, I have it.
Chase, you have a question.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I have it. It's a mistake. I don't rely on it.
Okay, Miriam, you have a question. Miriam. After Miriam, we have Abdullah.
yes, sir. Well, my problem here is that the network through this side is not that good. So we don't get we don't get the chance to watch what you are doing.
Okay, the video
Hello?
is recorded. The video is recorded.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
So
when
you
the
can
video
send
is
it to us,
out,
right?
I'm going to let you guys know on the platform.
Yeah, well, thank you, sir. And sir, one more
All right.
question, please. Sir, how do you do coding? Like, how do you code?
How do we code?
Yes.
All right, that is what we are doing actually. Right. Were you able to see any of my screen that I shared?
I am back. Yes,
Anyway,
sir.
don't worry. Once the class starts, we are going to walk. I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step procedure of coding. It's not hard. It's very, very simple. Trust me. If I can understand programming, I want to believe anybody can understand it. If I can code, I want to believe anybody can code. Okay. So, before I answer your question, somebody, Abdullah. So, Miriam, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, Muhammad Abubakar, where can we make the script you are making? Okay, let me quickly answer your question. Now, the script I am writing now, I am writing that script in what we call VS Code. VS Code. If you don't have VS Code on your phone, on your laptop, you can actually go to Python. I think Python.net. Is it Python.net? Python.net, where you can easily write your Python. I am using VS Code, yes. VS Code. Is it Python.net or Python, online Python?
Sir, please read the question.
What do you say?
And what was the first one?
The first what?
The first app you just called.
The one I was using for presentation.
Yes.
I use Canva for my presentation. Canva. Yes. You mean this one? Let me
Yeah.
You mean this one? Are you talking about this one? All right, I have muted everybody. Now you can please listen to me while I talk. Now, somebody, let me check what we have now, sir, your question is where can we make the script you are making now? So, Mohammed Abubakar. So the question is where you can write the script. You can write the script of Visual Studio Code, or you can go to online Python. Check me. So let me show you. You go to onlinepython.com. You are seeing this now. Onlinepython.com. Look at it here. Onlinepython.com. So we have the main environment where you write your code, and down here we have your terminal here. Let me say print. If I type print hello world, just a minute. So print hello world. So this is this same thing. If I run this code now, you go down, you should look at your terminal here. We have hello world. So if you don't have VS Code for now, you can go to online-python.com to run your code. All right. So you can also download it from Microsoft Store. Abdullah Olawale gave us this thing. So, but before when we start our main class, actually, that is where we are going to start from. I will not start teaching you until you have every software you needed downloaded. And also, other than that, we have a TikTok video that walk you through installation of your Python, of your environment of both Python and VS Code. You need to install Python before installing VS Code. But no problem. Actually, I'm going to walk through all of this. Another question? I think Miriam, you still have a question.
Sir, you said you're going to send for us the recorded video, right?
Yes, ma'am. Sunday.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Sunday.
Sir,
After
like
Sunday, we have Nuru. I think Nuru. Nuru, you want to ask the question? Nuru Muhammad or Sunday Uguwaka?
Hello, good evening.
Okay. So please, if I did not call you, please let's not make noise. So I am calling on. So if you don't have any question, lower your hand. Miriam, you can lower your hand now. I think I've answered you. Abdullah Olawale, have I answered you? Abdullah. If I have not answered you, Abdullah, you can unmute. Abdullah, you can speak up, please.
Okay, so my question is about the class, like the code you the script you wrote on VS Code.
Okay.
So, how many you can get the screen first?
Okay, you can get the script actually. Let me comment everything.
No. Wait. That you are welcome to Quantified Insights. Like, can't you be like hello, you are welcome to Quantified Insights. Then you list out the name, like without repeating hello this, hello that, hello this. Just hello, you are welcome to Quantified Insights. Then you list out the name. Can you do like that?
Okay, you want us to print hello, you are welcome to Quantify Insights. Then we list out the names.
Yes, can it be done like that?
Something like this. Let's check if this is going to work. You mean something like this?
Yes, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you.
All right. Yes, you can do like that. So one thing about Python is that, see, whatsoever task that they give you, if I give you homework now, whatsoever things I give you, I don't expect all of you to approach it the same way, which means there are different ways to approaching problem in Python. Now, the next person that I want to call on now is who just asked this question? Abdullah. So Ahmed Quadri, you want to speak, please? So I am calling the name as it shows on my screen. Ahmed.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
So my question is that, like you said, you are going to install Python before VS Code. So what of we that we have VS Code already, but we don't have Python on our system? So do we have to install VS Code to install Python?
No. You don't have to install VS Code. It's okay like that. It's okay. You don't have to install it.
Okay. I just want to get that.
Now, the next person. Have I answered your question?
Yes, you have
All right.
answered it.
Okay. Mohammed Abubakar. Muhammad Abubakar. You still have a question? You have a question? Mohammed, I'm waiting for you. So Mohammed is not speaking. We are done with live Python demo. So the next thing we have before we call it a day is to explore career paths in Python. What can you become as a Python developer? If you're a Pythonista, Python programmer, you can be a Python developer. You create software, you create applications, you create efficient tools across different platforms. I can still show you one of the tools I just finished for myself. In fact, I want to market it, but I've been so busy. I'm going to show you. We have data analyst in Python. We also have machine learning or AI practitioner. One of our doctors here said he wants to be a data scientist. You can be that. We have QA or test automation engineer. So Python helps you to automate various things. You can use Python to do automation. So that is going to be the end of this class for today. And if you have any other question,
Sir,
okay.
I have one question.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
My question is like now when I wrap up the script, when I write it up the script, so how can I make the script to be like printed out like an application or other software? How to make it?
Good. So what I'm teaching you personally, they are basic syntax. Okay, they are basic syntax.
Okay.
I don't want to show you code that is going to intimidate you. They are basic syntax. So it is you are going to compile all of
Now we
this
are
to a
in the
logic.
beginning option.
All right, you are going to compile this into what we call a logic. So it's not just one line of code that is going to build an application. Let me show you what a 12-year-old there built. Just wait a minute so that you see that it's not what is it called? Well, okay, I have elephants. Her name is Davida. I think portfolio project. I think it's yes, this. Let me check it out. So you will see that it's just simple things, but you need to have a comprehensive what is it called? So I think this is it this one? Or this one? Okay, yes. Just watch what I'm going to do. Now watch and see the code. These are the codes. We have imports. You are asking how do you make it an app? We have what we call imports here. These are libraries or packages that you use. We have taken time, we have this thing. We are going to go through all of this. Now just watch the code. You are seeing all the codes there. You are seeing all the codes there. You see all the codes. She wrote 155 lines of code. Now let's try and see how that thing works. If I run this, look at what it opened. A very basic minimalistic application, homework reminder app. And I asked her to build this based on her interest. Okay. So I asked her what are the things she thinks she can build. Like, we want you to build applications that can help you in real life. All right. So if you want to market yourself to somebody, you tell them, I was feeling frustrated. I was doing this, and I don't want to be repeating this task. And I build an automation software to help me to automate the processes. So that was the approach I used for every of my students. And I asked her, what are you doing? What is the problem? What problem do you want to solve in your life? She said she normally forgets her homework. That is number one. Secondly, she normally sit down, not doing anything, being idle. She's an 11-year-old girl, and she can think that way. And I told her, okay, can we build an app that can remind you of your homework? She said yes. And we are not done, actually. It's because of this Christmas that we have break. We're supposed to have class. We used to have class Sunday and I think Saturday and Sunday. And look at the app she built. Homework reminder app. What subject? Let's say we have Python as a subject. What task did I give you to do? Maybe learn Python for loop. Okay. So due date, when is the assignment going to be due? 30. So it's year first, 2025, month 12, 30. So 30, 12, 2025. Hard homework or homework due soon. If you check this place here now, look at what we have here. We have Python, which is Python function. It's going to be due 24th of February. I mean, of December. The second one is math. The third one is JavaScript. Another one is math. So by the time I had this one, we should now have Python, another Python, which is learn Python for loop. Now, let me add homework. Homework added successfully. Look at it here. It has been added. Now, if you want to check homework that is due soon, you click homework that is due soon. Python learn Python for loop is going to be due in 2 days. So what we need to do now for this app is to look for a way and embed it and make sure it turns to a desktop app. She cannot run this app. I cannot run this app now, except I open my my VS Code and run this syntax, Python main.py. If I did not do that, I will not be able to run the app. So what we just need to do is to improve the graphical user interface of the app, add 1 or 2 things, and we turn it to a desktop app. You understand now? So that is just that about that. You see how simple it is? It is because she's 11 years old. So the person that asks, how do I make this app? I mean, how do I turn all of my code to an app? Is for you to learn all the basics, all the fundamentals. When you learn all the fundamentals first, then you can start building app. Okay? Me and the girl, let me show you the app. Let me show you our folder so that you see what me and the lady has done. Like I told you, she's 11 years old and she's not in Nigeria. Now, look at her name. Her name is Davida, right? We have Python Basics, we have Python Pro, and we have Portfolio Projects. For this student alone, Python Basics, Python Pro, and Portfolio Projects. Now, under this Portfolio Project, we have Homework Reminder, we have Jumia Scraper, we have Real Estate Tracker, Real Estate Price Tracker. So before you can start talking about making it an app, you must go through Python Basics, enter Python Pro, then we talk of Portfolio Projects. Is that clear? So I think I've answered your question. So that is that about the class today. Do you have any other question? Thank you, Mohammed. Any other question? Thank you, Tedo. Tedo, I'm seeing you for the first time. Why? Tedo speaker, where are you joining us from?
Actually, I was low because I have experience on this before, so I was just going to.
Okay, you already have experience, right?
Yes, sir.
That is impressive. That is impressive. Okay, Chase Junior, you have a question. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, you can ask your question.
After open our VS Code,
yes.
How do we run our code inside VS Code?
Now
that's my question.
Good. Before we call it a day, you see, if you want to run your code, let me open a folder again. Now, let's just say, let me open new window. I'm opening a new window entirely. So if you open your VS Code for the first time, this is how you're supposed to see it. You see how it is now. This is how you're supposed to see it. Okay. And you want to start learning Python, for the first time. What do you need to do? You can come here, file, open folder. So let's say you now have a folder on your desktop that is called Python projects or Python tutorials. So, or you don't have, if you don't have, you can create it. Look at it here. You can create new folder here. But because I already have, I'll just select this and select folder. Now, after selecting this folder, you need to create what we call a Python file. If any one of you have created any document before, maybe Microsoft Word, it always have an extension called .docx. If it is PDF, it's going to be .pdf. If it is Excel, it's going to be .xlx. So Python also have an extension called py. So if you want to create a Python file, you can just look at it here. We have new file here. We have new file here. I love using the new file here. Look at it here. We have new file. We have new folder. But we are going to select the new file. After selecting the new file, what are you learning about? So let's say we are talking about variable. You can call this Python variable.py. So Python underscore variable.py. Now, watch the left side of this place here. The icon is like a text, but by the time you put .py, it's going to change it to Python icon. Look at that, .py. It has changed it to Python icon. If you click enter, it's going to take you to a new environment where you can start writing your code. You can print hello world. Print hello world. So that is where we are. By the time we start our class, this is where we are going to start from. Do you understand? So if I print this now, you should see we have hello world. This is how to run your code for the first time. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mohammed. So
Thank you, sir.
thank you for coming to class. It is good to have you guys. When let me stop this recording. Okay.